Hello, I'm Nouh, and this video. In myself and my partner Shahab will be discussing ethics and in engineering. We will particularly focus on the gold case study and discuss the ethical issues surrounding this. We will then consider how the case study interrelate with the Royal Society of Chemistry Statement of Principle, Chemic Code of Conduct, and then subsequently propose a 5-point code that may emulate the problem. Second point is ethics, and my friend Chab is going to explain about it.
Firstly, ethical decision making refers to the process of evaluating and choosing among alternatives in a manner consistent with ethical principles. In making ethical decisions, it is necessary to perceive and eliminate unethical options and select the best ethical alternative. The process of making ethical decisions requires three things: the commitment, the conscience, and the competency. The first one, commitment, is the desire to do the right thing regardless of the cost. The second thing is the conscience, which is the awareness to act consequently and apply moral convictions to the daily behavior. The third one is competency, is the ability to collect and evaluate information, develop alternative, and foresee potential consequences and risks.
Second point is the case study summary. Gold fertilizer, which is extracted from the sludge of Galban sewage plant, it is strength and increasing plant growth, which enhance the city income and subsequently reduce the average family tax about by output by 300 pound. Z-Corp is a new town computer component manufacturer which discharges heavy metal into the city sewage system. However, there are strict regulations regarding toxic waste entering the Galban sewage plant. This specific company exceeds the city's allowable limit, which bring up an ethical concern regarding environment and public well-being. David Jackson is a new employee who recently joined Z-Corp. He is assigned to evaluate the tests conducted and measure their accuracy to ensure the readings are within the allowable limit. He found that the company discharged more than 5 times the legal amount of heavy metal. However, Corp to cover this up by adding 5 times the amount of water to the sewage plant and therefore meeting the existing city standard. A new, more accurate test has been proposed through, if carried out, will cause the company to lose money and will raise legal issue. Then, statement of this issue.
The clear statement of the issue. David is required to sign a report confirming that the company which he worked for, Z Cooper, is following the city's regulation standards. The main issue being David is aware that the company is not employing with the city guidelines. As an employee, it is his duty to protect the company's integrity and also ensure that a large profitable plant continues as the company employs many of the local residents, therefore forcing him to conceal personal information. However, as an environmental engineer, it is his duty to protect the health and well-being of the environment and the public by releasing the information that an illicit amount of heavy metals is being lagged into the city sewage plant, which could have potentially harmful long-term side effects.
Next, potential consequences. There are several potential consequences regarding this issue, such as public health. Galban gold fertilizer is used over crop seeds which are growing and distributed to the public for consumption. If that corp exceeds the permissible concentration of heavy metal being released into the river where this fertilizer is extracted from, it could potentially enter to the food chain. Heavy metals can be severely detrimental to the human body, having toxic and corrosionic effects. Both plants and animals can be bioaccumulated heavy metal from the environment within their tissues. When used as source when used as source of food, therefore these plants and animals can contribute to the uptake of heavy metal by humans.
The second point is the environmental pollution. The release of heavy metals into the environment could affect the biodiversity in the area, as some plants and species might die from the chemicals. Similarly, the uptake of heavy metals by certain planets and species could cause a mutation in their genes and therefore make them resistant to the pesticides and herbicides.
Third point is city economy. In the future years, the public finds out about the city's scandal through long-term health effects. The people of Gulben and any other business that are involved in trade with the Gulben will no longer trust their trade products goods, and this will therefore have a huge impact on the city's economy, as people will no longer buy Gulben products, consequently increasing tax for the citizens.
Refer to the Royal Academy Statement of Principles. The Academy and the Engineering Council have together produced a statement of ethical principles. It is intended to be a statement of the values and principles that guide engineering practice and should supplement the code of practice published by the various engineering institutions. Our first point is accuracy and rigor. ZCOP are not taking into account this principle of accuracy and rigor, as they are aware that they are new, more sensitive tests. However, they have decided to dismiss them and they can dent their financial status.
Second point is honesty and integrity. Dishonesty does not always mean telling a lie. It could also mean hiding or preserving the truth. In this particular situation, if David does not release the information, then he is being dishonest to the public by signing the papers that Z Corp is staying within the perimeter limit also. Also, there is a fine line between dishonesty and inaccurate test results, which are what the old tests are, as they take the ratio proportion of toxic waste to overall volume as proposed to specifying concentration. Then, respect for life, law, and the public good. This type of engineering practice, whereby disrespecting life and the public good by dumping imperishable amount of public waste into the sewage system. Example, potentially the food chain is great misconduct to the Royal Academy Statement of Principle. It hugely disrespecting to the public goods, as this chemical can cause major health risk to the future generation and equally importantly, it can prevent animals from producing and extreme excess case mass death.
And the last point is responsible leadership. ZCOP is a large industry and therefore has lots of divas. They are therefore a role model to smaller companies, business, and establishments. To comply with this regulation of responsible leadership, they must, as a company, take the most ethical and conspicuous approach to dealing with their issue. An example of this would be change their ways directly and quickly to prevent further harm to the environment and potentially to the public as opposed to turning a blind eye to save financial. So the code there might there might five things that could among the problem. The first one is accumulate and honesty. Second one, assembling long and short-term impact. Third one, displaying concern. Fourth one, listening to peers' options. The last one is prevent avoidable adverse impact on the environment. The first one is accountability and honesty. By using the more accuracy results, it will display honesty to the public and smaller organizations. It will also prevent the beginning of a chain of lies between the companies and the law. However, a problem with this is could dent the company's financial stability and reputation. Second one is assembling long and short-term impact. To assess long and short-term impact is crucial when trying to ameliorate the problem. This is because if the impact of the company's acts are harders, it will mean the Z Corp will have to take immediate action even if it's expensive. And the last 3 points my partner will explain it to you.
The third one is displaying concern. David should speak up about his concern to raise awareness of the issue even if he isn't entirely convinced that the company is wrong. 4. Listen to peers' opinions. He should ask his peers if he doubtful about his concern and take into account their past experiences and knowledge. 5. Prevent avoidable adverse impact on the environment. Whilst considering a solution to the problem, they should prevent release a heavy metal into the environment as much as possible to reduce any negative impacts. This is the end of our presentation. Thank you, and we hope that you enjoyed the presentation. Thank you for listening.